How many people got scammed in Joburg looking for job interviews and stuff? A lot of people got scammed. When they get there, they're trying to have sex with you. When you get there, they're trying to make you pay a certain fee, only to find out that even the position, it wasn't legit to begin with. Even insurance companies, they are scamming people. There are so many fucking products that causes skin cancer. But we don't go around blaming the influencer. Instead, we blame the company. So why this time around are you trying to blame it on the influencer instead of the real company? Or are you guys afraid of Russians? General Mkhwanazi, he also made some controversial statement on the news saying that absent fathers are the main reason why most of the kids today are committing crime and most of the kids today are alcoholics in the township. I'm like, nobody's trying to look up to their parents as their role model. Because you know why? This is why parents sent us to school, to try not to be like them. So unemployment rate is high. Even our fathers don't have jobs. So you want to tell me I got to look up to this motherfucker who's not even working? You mean to tell me that a mother cannot reprimand their children? It's only a father who can do that? The most crime that is being committed in the country are in the suburbs and in the cities. All those bonds that you're paying, that's a jack, that's a fucking scam. You're paying your house to the municipality for what? You own the house, but you still gotta pay a certain thing, gotta pay the bond. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? In the township, we know one another. You cannot rob somebody you know, motherfucker. Unless it's someone from a different township coming to this township to commit a crime. These people, they try to make it look like in the township, there's nothing is working. Like, we don't have shit to do. Like I said, maybe he's just speaking from a privileged point of view that maybe he's a present father and he's working well and maybe his kids are excelling. Hey, I can tell you now, your kids are not trying to become police officers or soldiers. What I can tell you is, in the suburbs and in the cities, there's no unity. But in the townships, ekasi, in A1. In A1. That's why we are humble. You can't do that in the suburbs and in the cities. They're just gonna look at you crazy. Like, nigga, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm not trying to talk bad about the general, and I'm not trying to say I support Cyan Boujee, because I mean what she did is some Boujee shit.
We live in a world where the system and capitalism turns a blind eye on its hoi polloi. As we all know that nothing is permanent, I welcome you all to the LungTrey segment where we're gonna talk, share, listen and laugh if it's laughable. So sit back, relax. I'm your host, Trey here. See you soon.
We're buff. Melo hlale phansi lapho ungadideki ubukele nje urelax uzipholele uzogcina sewutherezela endaweni sesingakufuni. Mele eqonde leshandisi thuleke nje kungabi nomsindo because ukukhuluma mina yemaye yayibamba phela mina ngibuye kahle. Sometimes siyakhuluma, sometimes siyathetha nini riyabulela bari riyabulela laba selimpomba ngisho. So by the way, welcome back to the LungTrey segment. Remember, this is the segment where we're going to be talking, listening, sharing, laughing. If it's laughable, niggas. All you all know. You gotta laugh. I mean, that's the whole point. The point is to laugh. So, there are some few headlines that made it to the news late last week and even the week before. But I want to try to break down some of the topics because I wanted to start with the General Mkhwanazi thing on absent fathers, but I think maybe I gotta save that shit for last, So for now, I just want to talk about Cyan Boujee, because most of this shit is just total bullshit. Some Boujee shit, man. Some Boujee shit. As you all know that, well, I don't know if you all know, but Cyan Boujee is one of the influencers from TikTok and Instagram, the one with the fat ass, So, she made it to the news, apparently. And they were saying shit like, she's trafficking women. She only care about the bag. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is you guys talking about? I think everybody cares about money. Everyone cares about money, actually. Everybody cares about money. Even you, wherever you are, you working because you care about money. You're a fucking cleaner. Do your job. Clean. So she's a promoter, not a promoter. She's an influencer. She's influencing whoever that went to Russia, So whether she's facing backlashes right now, or I think it's gonna even make her more bigger. You think you can cancel somebody? How can you cancel somebody who is not even employed? Cyan Boujee is not under a certain management or under a certain label, or she's not on TV. So you cannot cancel somebody who's not on TV. Yeah, you can try to ban her TikTok account or her Instagram account, but she's gonna come back with another one. What's really sad is the fact that whatever she's trending on, it's gonna stick maybe forever or for the longest time. But I feel like it's just a trend, man. Next week we're gonna be talking about someone else or something else. As we all know that in the past few weeks, open chats was also trending. Now people are fully supporting open chats because they just realized that all this bullshit is just noise. Some Boujee shit is just noise. It's just noise, man. I don't really want to talk about the condition of people who went to Russia. Some of them, they are saying they are missing. Well, maybe they don't want to get in contact with their family no more because they're having a nice life. But I don't want to make it look like I'm fully supporting what she was doing or what she was promoting and shit like that. But I want to try to talk about influencers or influencing. What are these people influencing? An influencer is probably somebody who gotta promote a certain thing, a certain brand, a certain product, a certain company. So was she. She was promoting a certain company, right? So I don't want to mention the name of the company because the more you speak about a certain company or certain people or certain brand, the brand end up becoming more bigger. So I can't promote something that doesn't pay me. So, but I'm gonna try to talk about some shit that made it to the news. Those are two different things. Yeah, even you people who be buying products because you saw your favorite celebrities promoting the thing on Instagram or on TV, the alcohol adverts and shit like that. Those people, they are promoting a certain thing, whether it's legit or not. They did their part. Their part was to promote. Their part was to influence. So did she. She did the thing. She got paid. And now I feel like maybe you guys are just angry because you didn't get that bag. You motherfuckers are a bunch of haters, man. Or maybe it's because you guys don't really like the person, so you end up saying, yeah, how could she not? Why didn't she fact check? She's not a fucking news anchor. Why would she fact check certain things? They sent the bag and she promoted the thing. Well, if women are being trafficked in Russia, that's sad and that's unacceptable, right? But you cannot put the blame on the young girl, man. The girl was trying to make her money. She didn't know that maybe the thing wasn't legit. I mean, even the people who are promoting products on TV, they don't know what kind of a product, what that product is being made of. Next thing you buy the product, next thing you got skin cancer. Even the people in the alcohol adverts, all those motherfuckers, they all look happy, but they don't tell you how dangerous this thing is. They just tell you drink responsibly. But because as consumers, we just drink because we want to have a good time, you just can take a sip and then you feel like, yeah, I'm drinking responsibly. I want to test drive this motherfucking thing. I want to see if this shit slaps. I want to see if I'm going to get drunk. I'm sure most of us, Yabu Thomas, calling born. Hey. Now, well, I can't say those women who went to Russia, Balaigil, or how many people got scammed in Joburg looking for job interviews and stuff? A lot of people got scammed. When they get there, they're trying to have sex with you. When you get there, they're trying to make you pay a certain fee, only to find out that even the position, it wasn't legit to begin with. Only to find out that the company, it just rented out a place to conduct interviews, and then after those interviews were conducted, the company is nowhere to be found. A lot of people got scammed. So now, because it's Cyan Boujee promoting a certain job opportunity in another country, you motherfuckers are hating. Well, I'm not saying I agree with what she did. Well, if she gotta face the backlashes, so be it. But don't try to speak ill of the young girl, man. She's just young. She's trying. Yeah, sometimes she be talking shit, whatever, but that's her own opinion. So do you. You are entitled to your own fucking opinion, right? So this thing of, I mean, even you as an applicant or as a candidate, right? Why can't you just check if the job is legit, if the company is legit? Now you wanna put all the blame on the young girl who was just trying to get her bag? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is so wrong for you motherfucking hypocrites who just act like you guys are holier than thou because you didn't get the bag. Maybe you motherfuckers are just jealous of her. I get it. It's through due diligence that she gotta conduct a certain research about the company. Well, maybe she did, and maybe she didn't find any bad things about the company. Because here's the thing: sometimes when you are desperate for a certain thing, even your research might even be blurry and sketchy here and there. When you're conducting a research about certain thing that you want, sometimes you don't even focus on the bad side of it. You only realize the bad side of it later on. I also once got scammed. I once got a job. Somebody told me that you're going to be living at a company house. You're going to be working as a financial advisor here and there. When I get there, it was just a shit show. People were sleeping on the floor like it's a fucking squatter camp. I'm like, nigga, I can't settle for this. I got qualifications. I got backup. I got standards. I decided to leave. So now that people are stuck in Russia, you guys make it look like they've been trafficked. Well, what if they went to Russia and then they got the job, but they found out that the living condition is not that luxurious, and then now they're deciding to leave, but you haven't been paid yet? How can you leave if you don't have the right papers and if you don't have the money? Obviously, you are stuck in Russia, but now people make it look like, she sold young girls out. Like, why can't you conduct your own research? We have unemployment. Yeah, we have unemployment problem in the country. Is it wrong for somebody to try new outlets in another country? Hell no. But if you get there and you find out that it's a shit show, who are you blaming? The influencer? Come on, man. We be seeing adverts on TV. They be promoting washing soup and shit like that. That one stain, one wash, whatever, and then it comes out pure as a white, pure as a snow. But when you buy that thing, it doesn't work like that. That's how they promote products. That's how they promote certain. Come on, even insurance companies, they are scamming people. Why can you say, okay, I don't want to mention certain insurance companies because they might come for me, But even those, what's this? Is it NetBank or something? Yeah, NetBank, I think. Its advert, it says, Do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously? You see, they just told you that we're going to take your money seriously. So now, why are you complaining that the bank is taking your money? Now they are charging you high interest rates and shit like that. They just told you we're going to take your money seriously. The devil is in the details. But because you just saw your famous celebrity promoting that certain thing, you just end up being like, you know what? I feel like maybe this is the right bank. I feel like maybe this is the right product. There are so many fucking products that causes skin cancer, but we don't go around blaming the influencer. Instead, we blame the company. So why this time around are you trying to blame it on the influencer instead of the real company? Or are you guys afraid of Russians? Russians. It's funny because the only Russians that we know are the ones inside the quarter. But are you guys afraid of the Russian companies? Or is it because you can't speak the language, so it's best to just talk shit about the person who can relate to all your complaints? Come on, man. I just feel like maybe you guys are just reaching. You guys are just hating. Come on, man. Stop the hate. Stop the hate, man. Well, as for Seemah and Zille, well, I think given they're gonna cancel their show, they're gonna cancel spreading rumors because they're gonna be like, well, we can't associate ourselves with certain people. But you know what? That's not their fault. That's the agency's fault. That's the company's fault. So now, even Russia is part of BRICS. So why can't Ramaphosa? Okay, maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm reaching. Let me not talk about BRICS and Russia like that. But the fact that you motherfuckers are trying so hard to talk shit about a certain young girl just because this and that happened, she's not employed to that fucking company. She was just given money to promote a certain thing. You guys are just hating because it's not you who got the money. And then now you guys feel like Cyan Boujee is a scam. Well, maybe she's a scam in other categories, but with this one, I feel like maybe she also got scammed too. Because now she's facing backlashes in her own country, whatever, you know what I mean. But that is so wrong, man. That is so wrong. You motherfuckers are just quick to judge a certain person when they're facing a dark, horrific time. Okay, what if it is legit? You guys also need to remember that in Russia there are no networks like your Vodacom and MT and Telcom. So whenever you get to another country, you have to change your details in terms of your contact and shit like that so that you can communicate with other people across. Well, what if they are still having hard time getting data or Wi-Fi, whatever, whatsoever? So, but you people are just hating on the young girl who's just trying to make a living for herself. She's not employed. She's just a fucking influencer. Just like the alcohol advert. All the people in the alcohol adverts, they be looking like they're just here to celebrate some great victories. But we all know who are the consumers of alcohol. People, okay, I don't want to say people in the hood because I'm going to get into a certain topic now. It's going to lead me back to this alcohol topic. But those people in the adverts, they be looking happy, like everything is fine. You tend to forget that it's a fucking green screen, motherfuckers. They're just dimmed by lights. But you guys, so quick to judge someone when they are facing a bad time. That is so wrong, man. That is so wrong. She also got scammed too. So maybe we should say justice for Cyan Boujee. First of all, you guys don't even know anybody individually or in person who went to Russia. Just because you see some post on the internet, somebody saying, yeah, my friend also went to Russia and now she's nowhere to be found. Well, what if that's a fake account? Have you ever seen somebody coming out and saying that, my child, she's nowhere to be found. I've tried to call her. Not even one person has came out with a video and said, I know so and so, she's nowhere to be found. It's only post. How can you trust a post or a tweet? We don't even know who Chris Excel is, but we be supporting the motherfucker like he's the fucking president of Twitter. Ain't that some bullshit? That's bullshit. Whatever that he's saying, you know what? It's very easy to relate with somebody with no face. But whenever we start to put a face on that specific person, you end up judging the person, their looks, their well-being, their lifestyle, their living condition and shit like that. And then we end up being like, well, how can we even trust you if you're driving that car? How can we even trust you if you're dressing like that? So, because it's a fucking tweet, you're gonna believe it because it's always consistent on some conspiracial shit. Come on, man. Even Chris Excel said that he turned down money for not backlashing, for not finding dead on MacG. How can we be sure that the guy created another account and then texted himself with another account and made it look like somebody tried to offer him a job in order to tarnish somebody else's name? You never know because you don't even know who the fuck Chris Excel is. But if we knew the face that this is Chris Excel, some of the shit that he be saying, we're gonna be like, nigga, hold your bear. So now because it's Cyan Boujee and most of your motherfuckers are hating on her, you guys gonna act like, well, how could she do this? How could she not do a thorough research? And how could even you yourself, motherfucker, if you were to be offered that money, you were gonna take it. You were gonna do it. But hey, who am I, right? I'm fucking nobody. I'm fucking nobody. So, but anyway, let's just talk about something else. Apparently, uban lo Mkhwanazi or Mkhwanazi, Vani General Mkhwanazi, now he also made some controversial statement on the news saying that absent fathers are the main reason why most of the kids today are committing crime and most of the kids today are alcoholics in the township. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? Hold your bear, nigga. Hold your horse. Because you guys need to remember that as the black society, we're coming from broken families. We're coming from uneducated families. So it is very rare and difficult to find a role model within your household. And sometimes I might even try to blame it on women being subservient to their men. I'm not saying women should not be subservient to their men, but when a child grow up, they end up taking their father's traits or their parents' trait. Even at school, they be telling you shit like, you are the mirror or the reflection or the image of your household. So if a child is misbehaving in class or is disruptive, is acting crazy, well, that means even at home, they are like that. And some of it can be true. But another thing, you guys need to remember that even most of our fathers, they are working far away from home. They only come once a month. And it's because it's a job. You want the father to leave this job and settle for less just because he gotta be around the children every fucking day? That's some bullshit statement to say, you Mkhwanazi. You can't say that most of the absent fathers are the main reason why kids today are committing crime. Nobody's trying to look up to their parents as their role model. Because you know why? This is why Parents sent us to school to try not to be like them. So you end up looking for a role model elsewhere, obviously. Whenever you see somebody who got bling bling and fancy cars and a lot of money, you be like, that's my role model. Somebody who's presentable and shit like, that's my role model. But if your parents are fucked up, you mean to tell me that I also gotta be fucked up? I also gotta look up to those people? No, this is why we gotta break the cycle, the chain, and the curses, right? So you have to look for a role model elsewhere. And at the same time, a child has his own life to live. Whatever choice that he's making or she's making, committing crime, whatsoever, that's her choice. It's not the choice of the absent father because the child is turning out like this. No, man. Sometimes as kids we end up seeing the flaws of our parents and be like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want my kids to go through the very same thing I'm going through. So obviously you're gonna vent out to a different role model, a different idol. So what if your idol is a criminal? Even politicians are criminals. Most of the politicians are criminals. They launder money, they misuse the funds. That's criminal activities happening daylight, wearing suits and shit, talking all those fancy language in all those fancy accent of English and shit like that. And then you come on, man, that's a very bold statement to say that absent fathers are the main reason why kids today are misbehaving. So you mean to tell me that a mother cannot reprimand their children? It's only a father who can do that? Man, fuck out of here, man. You crazy motherfucker, man. Well, I'm not saying Mkhwanazi is crazy, but I'm saying that's a crazy statement to say that only absent fathers. First of all, our unemployment rate is high. Even our fathers don't have jobs. So you wanna tell me I gotta look up to this motherfucker who's not even working? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's so wrong. That's so wrong for you to say that. And this thing of saying in the township there's full of crime and shit like that. The most crime that is being committed in the country are in the suburbs and in the cities. All those bonds that you're paying, that's a jack, that's a fucking scam. You're paying your house to the municipality for what? You own the house, but you still gotta pay a certain thing, you gotta pay the bond. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? I thought I bought this thing. That's criminal activity legally so, yeah. So that is so wrong to say that most criminal activities are conducted in the township. I'm from the hood, nigga. Yeah, I've seen and I've heard people that saying that they've been hijacked, they've been killed and whatever, but most of those activities, they are happening in the suburbs, in the cities. In the township, we know one another. You cannot rob somebody you know, motherfucker, unless it's someone from a different township coming to this township to commit a crime. But in the township, we are one. And another thing, these people, they try to make it look like in the township there's nothing is working. Like sonke siyabmashalela, we don't have shit to do. Like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? We have a routine, motherfucker. We have a routine. And even that young boy who stays emakuleni for the whole day, he's not at that place because he doesn't have a choice or shit like that. Sometimes it's because there are no jobs. You know what? Yeah, I agree. In the townships, we might say it's more of a junkyard. You know, ekasi, it's like a scrapyard. But even in the scrapyard, you can find parts that are working and try to make something to work. That's how townships are. Everything is there. Crime is there. Jobs are there. There are people who stays in the suburbs and they are working in the township. Did you know that? Did you fucking know that? Because in the suburbs, there are no jobs and everything is expensive. You don't own anything. There's no freedom. You try to play music, they be like, your music is too loud. Like, nigga, what the fuck? This is my house. This is my speaker system. I bought all this shit. You're still trying to tell me that my music is fucking loud? Man, get the fuck out of here. So in the township, there's too much freedom. Okay, maybe I get it. Whenever there's too much freedom, that's whenever anything can happen, good or bad. That's democracy. Maybe we should just go back and become a dictated country then. If you want a working system and a working economy, don't come in here and try to tell us that the absent fathers are the main reason. Some of the absent fathers are absent because they don't have a choice. Sometimes baby mamas be saying that, nigga, if you don't have money, don't ever come here. Don't you ever come here. What am I supposed to do as a nigga? Try to force it? Next thing you're going to be taking me to court. And guess what? The government always rules for women. So, it's a fucking shit show. That statement, it was just bold and controversial. And like I said, maybe he's just speaking from a privileged point of view, that maybe he's a present father and he's working well and maybe his kids are excelling. Hey, I can tell you now, your kids are not trying to become police officers or soldiers. They're trying to be something else. You might even find out that your kids are scammers. You don't even know that. Just because a parent is present doesn't mean the kid is gonna behave. It's her fucking choice. It's her fucking mind. She or he can do whatever. And they're trying to make it look like it's only a boy child who's committing crime. Hell no, nigga. What? No, even girls are committing crime. Women are committing crime. Women are known for being the biggest liars in the world. Women can keep secrets for decades and for years and generations, but you're trying to pin this on a nigga who's trying to hustle for his kids that he can't even see every fucking day? Man, I wanted to say, man, fuck you, but you know what? Since he's the general, okay, general, we hear you. Why can't you just solve those cases that you told us about? Try to solve those, and let's see if you're really doing your job. Now you're trying to become a motivational speaker, nigga. This makes me so angry, man, because I'm living in the town. I'm living in the township. And all those stuff that you're saying, I don't see them. I know families and I know people who are raised by a single mother and they are well behaved. They are well read. They even graduated and stuff like that. But man, did you know that when a certain parent is absent, that's the more a child becomes motivated to try not to be like that absent parent? Did you know that? I guess you don't know that, right? I guess so. But another thing, Mkhwanazi is saying that township people are the most alcohol consumers in the country. I'm like, are you serious right now? Yes, in the hood, there are so many shebeens everywhere. Maybe you'd find a street with 3 to 4 shebeens, but that's not the case. Let me tell you something. Did you know that during those political rallies, your EFF rally and your ANC rally, politicians invite young children to come to after parties and then they offer them free alcohol? I was once a COSAS member. Before we even get to the stadium or to the event, these motherfuckers, they buy us alcohol. And what are we supposed to do? Take pictures? No, nigga, we're gonna drink them. at the rallies, most of our comrades, they are offering young children alcohol and they are inviting them to the after parties and shit. Why can't we talk about those comrades? Or are you afraid of them? Now trying to tell us that only in the township people are the most alcohol consumers? Man, what? No, nigga. No, nigga, I feel like you're reaching. Try to solve those cases you told us about and then come back. Let's have a certain conversation about alcohol and crime and shit. Because ngathi lezi zingi ziyakuhlula or bazama ukuvala umlomo. Now you're trying to distract us and make us focus. You're trying to make us fight one another in the township. Nah, nigga, in the township we are one. Simbumba, into one. Maybe we do hate one another here and there because sometimes it's absurd to be looking at your neighbor extending your house. Meanwhile, you still living in your 2-room. But what are they supposed to do? Extend your house as well? Nah, nigga, go to work. And if it's crime, that's gonna... We don't even know if that person who's extending the house is working legitimately. So we don't know because we don't ask. What I can tell you is in the suburbs and in the cities, there's no unity. But in the townships, ekasi, sinte one. Inte one. Monye, that's why we are humble. You can't do that in the suburbs and in the cities. They're just gonna look at you crazy. Like, nigga, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? But you know what? I'm not trying to talk bad about the general. I'm not trying to talk bad about the general, and I'm not trying to say I support Cyan Boujee because I mean what she did is some Boujee shit. But you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave it here because this is me and this is you. I'm out, motherfuckers. Peace out.
Trejo Tebujo from Turf Loop, but currently residing in Brakpan. I'm a scriptwriter and a filmmaker. I've always wanted to study film and TV production, but due to lack of funds, I ended teaching myself how to write scripts, shoot, edit, and direct short films and podcasts. I started a YouTube channel, LungTrey Studio, where I shoot short films and podcasts on my Samsung